This is Jessica Bowman judging the Show Your Heart Out virtual series, show number 2, the Open and Senior Western Pleasure. This is our second place horse. I think it's Stephanie and Just Tough Enough. Okay. Right off the bat, I do really like this horse's rhythm. I think this horse is capable of actually slowing this walk up a little bit and not sacrificing the quality of their gait. I think if we picked his belly up a little bit or pushed him up into that bridle to get a little fancier head carriage, we'd get just some more collection and a little bit better quality of movement and a little higher degree of difficulty being able to slow it down. Same thing at the jog, picking that belly up. That's going to let that horse slow down without sacrificing their quality of gait. This horse has a really nice 2-beat rhythm in that jog. I just like to see them collect up a little bit in the rib cage, bring that nose in just a little bit. And then same thing at that, really the same thing at the canter. Having more collection in that jog is going to make a cleaner transition into that canter and lope for this horse. It's going to help him pick that front end up off the ground, drive underneath from the back, and allow for that little bit fancier head carriage as well. Okay, good downward transition. We would try to not get any trot steps in there, but she did a good job not losing forward motion. That's something I see a lot in the Western. We go from a lope to a walk, and the horse ends up actually stopping or kind of pausing and then walking forward. And we don't ever actually want to lose that forward motion, even in a Western class. I think we have a little bit better jog going this direction. That horse stands up a little better in the shoulder. But still, if we pick that rib cage up, push that horse up into the bridle, that's going to give us that little bit fancier head carriage, a little fancier in the movement. I think this horse has all that potential. It's just making and asking for it. Okay, this was a better lope transition. The rider did kind of bump that horse in. Could see her leg go on and ask that horse to pick up a little bit before we went into this lope, so it was a much smoother transition. It's a little bit better quality lope this direction as well. A little less heavy on the front end. But again, I think we could get under that rib cage, pick this horse up even more, drive from underneath, lifting him up off the ground in that front end, and increase that degree of difficulty. Nice smooth stop. I do appreciate that this rider's checking behind her before she backs up, but that is something that you really, in the show pen, it's not necessary unless you know you have someone right behind you. If you're out there alone, whether it's an equitation or on the rail, and you already know that there's no one around you, there's no need to check behind you like that. All right. And our first place horse was Bailey. Your rider was Bailey. Horse is going for broke. Oops. Start at the beginning here. So this horse, kind of similar to the last one, good 4-beat walk. I think this horse is capable of actually slowing this walk down without sacrificing that quality of movement, still having forward motion, and just lifting up that rib cage, picking that horse up, pushing them up into their bridle to slow that walk down. Got a really nice rhythm at the jog. I like the pace of this jog. I don't think it's too fast. I don't think it's too slow. I do think we could, again, pick this horse up in that rib cage a little bit, have him lift up in that right behind that shoulder, and you'll get a little bit smoother, get that jog to be just a little bit fancier looking with that horse's head being just a little bit more level. But overall, really nice jog. Nice transition into the lope. A little bit of weight on that front inside shoulder, so picking that rib cage up, standing that horse up through the corners is going to help a transition like that and let this horse move even just a little bit cleaner. Really nice, consistent mover. Nice downward transition, goes right into the walk, but doesn't lose his forward motion. We lose a little bit of consistency when we go into that turnaround. That horse kind of sped up. He had a really nice slow walk coming out of that downward transition and kind of sped up into a big walk as we went to turn around. So I would just take a little more time to walk before making a turnaround if you have transitions that are that close together. Nice jog here again. I see that horse's same thing this way. That inside shoulder wants to pop in. We want to stand the inside shoulder up to give that horse room to drive up underneath, use their hip to the inside when they need to, especially in their lope transition. But nice 2-beat jog. Pretty nice transition. A little bit of loss of forward motion. We kind of hesitated going into that lope. That horse kind of guessed for a stop. She really was asking for a lope, so he kind of had a half halt in there. But I do really like this horse's lope. I just think we need to pick that rib cage up, bring that inside leg in, pick that inside shoulder up to give that hip more room to drive up underneath. And you'll just get a cleaner 3-beat gait. That horse will probably slow down even a little bit more without losing that quality of gait. Okay, and then this horse is a really nice backup, no resistance, which we really like to see in the pleasure. So nice job.